Hi everyone, this is Heather Lottanen from the Flourish.Academy. This is episode 461. Today we're talking about charging for your photography services. So the price, oh my goodness. The question comes up quite often, when can I charge for my photography services? And I don't really think there's a right or wrong answer to that. There are just different choices. And when you can charge is 100% up to you. Whether you are a hobbyist who wants to make a little money on the side to pay for all that gear that you love, or if you're starting down the road to creating your own business and establishing yourself as a professional photographer, it matters not. You can charge when you can take a photo that is in focus, sharp, and you know more than the person in front of you. I was talking with a good friend this morning, and she said that really resonated with her. One time she heard me say that, which is, in order to be an expert in your field, you just have to know a little bit more than the person in front of you. So it doesn't mean that you have to know absolutely everything about your camera and be 100% confident and proficient. It just means that you need to know more than the person in front of you. And if the person in front of you has never picked up a DSLR camera, they probably don't even know how to turn it on, let alone press the shutter button. And if you know how to do those two things, well then in theory, you know more than they do and you could charge for that. Now, I'm not talking about being irresponsible here and charging before you know that you can get a photo that is sharp, in focus, and decently exposed. Okay, those are, although the truth is, I was charging people before I was even confident in doing that. I just knew that I had a skill that I enjoyed and I was learning, and there were people that were willing to pay me for that. So if you wait till you're ready to charge for your photography, that may never happen. That's like saying to someone, oh, you should wait till you're ready to have kids. Okay, if that were the case, there would be no population. None of us would procreate and have children because we would never be ready. And it might be the same for you with charging for your services. So I don't want you to wait until you're ready. In fact, I want to push you beyond your comfort zone and start charging before then. Again, I can't say this enough. Understanding that you need to be able to take a photo that is sharp, in focus, and decently exposed. But if you went and picked up your camera at Costco yesterday, and you took it out of the box, and you learned how to turn it on and press the button, maybe you're just in auto mode, and a friend of yours says, hey, can you take photos for me? The answer to that is always yes. And if they say, can I pay you? Oh my goodness, please hear me. The answer to that question is always yes. If someone says to you, can I pay you? And you say, no, you're an idiot. Somebody wants to give you money, please allow them to give you money. They would feel better if they paid for your services. And if you say things like, oh, no, I'm not sure, I just don't really know what I'm doing. I mean, that doesn't send confidence to anyone. And that might be the case, but you don't have to tell them that. You could say, oh, I'm just starting out. I would love $50. I would love $100, $150. I don't care. You can make it up. I will always say this in the Flourish Academy. Number one, there is room for everyone at this table. I have an abundance mindset, and I believe that there are enough people to photograph, and there's plenty of room for more photographers in the industry, that whether you are a hobbyist or starting out, you can charge. You can set it up however you want. I support lifestyle businesses, which means if you want to charge some people, not charge other people, no right or wrong answer. It's just a different choice. You can do it however you'd like. I promote that significantly in our membership group, which you should definitely consider joining. I'll put a link to that below because we're going to talk more about this stuff as we get into our monthly challenges in that group. But to answer the question, which is when can you start charging? You can start charging right now. You can do whatever you want. There are no photography police. So no one's gonna say, oh, you can't charge for that. Have you ever seen photos, like maybe you have a friend, they got a camera, they posted some photos, and maybe they were still learning, so they weren't that great, and they started charging people, and you thought to yourself, whew, I could do better than that. Okay, maybe you could, but at least they're putting themselves out there and assigning a price to it. You don't have to be the best. You just have to know more than the person in front of you. And if you want You can borrow my confidence until you have enough of your own. Go out there and experiment and just try and see what it would be like to charge someone for your services. Or if you're already charging, maybe you need to raise your prices. I don't know. That's up to you. But I typically see people undercharging or giving things away for free because they're not pushing themselves beyond their comfort zone. I hope that you found this useful. I'll see you in the next video.